Ndindoda kuti nyika isiwe vanhu vangu inguva yedu hatingatadzi kubudirira Mwari ari parutivi pedu rambai muchirwa
My hitters gon' die, and real hitters gon' shine, and my people gon' rise. That's my point to win, yeah. I ain't saying
How the hell do I not have a deal? I swear this thing is a real dog. I play it fan off, the cowards that they can't feel. The wife try to console me like it's coming, baby, chill. She don't understand. I'm the only one that's real. I remember the third grade. Them kids, they had waves. I had them BDBs. You know that Zimbabwe grade. So they do shades. And your boy hit the stage, press play, and all the chicks was like, yeah. While boys was moving bricks, I was moving chips. Yeah. If she gave me calculus, gave her a mouthful of it. Heat rose to this thing, boy, I bet on myself.
Welcome to the day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. I want to welcome you to a magnificent Monday. I'm excited because I got Kweli Vuur in the building. We're going to be talking about a singles mixer. And yes, for those of you who have been watching, you have seen her come on here to talk about this very same event, but there is a rebranding of the event. So I'm excited that she's here to tell us more about it. But of course, you know, it is the top of the show. So it's a great time to tag and share the stream. I'm talking to you. Go ahead, tag and share the stream with folks who you feel could benefit from a daily dose of dopeness right here on The Day with Trae. If you can't watch us, we still have you covered because you can also listen to us anywhere you find your favorite podcast. Just search Converge Media Network and The Day with Trae. You'll find me on Google, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Apple Music, whichever platform is your favorite. Go ahead and search for us and you'll find us there. Well, you know, before I dive in with Miss Kweli, I have to say that I get to experience the brilliance of community outside of the Black Media Matter studios every time I attend an amazing event. And so there was a couple things for me this past weekend. One of them you will actually be able to see a recap of later in the week. But when you go out and you experience community events, y'all, you're not only experiencing whatever that event has to offer, but really the mindset of a collective of individuals who came together to make it happen. So shout out to everyone who made the Community Health and Wellness Fair happen this past weekend. Y'all heard Karita earlier in the week last week, then also Dion talking about the importance of us being together in our community to heal ourselves and actually have an understanding of what health and wellness is. And not only was it about that, but they also made space for a lot of vendors to be there and to share what they do. And this was really exciting for me because not only did I get to shop, but I also got to connect. And oftentimes you see different vendors in different spaces, but maybe it's too much of a crowd, no real time to connect. And I was grateful to have some solid time of just talking with folks. Getting to know more about who they are and why they do what they do, and the wide range of stories that people tell around their beginnings, what got them going. It reminded me again of that inspiration I'm always looking to inject into your lives every weekday right here on The Day with Trae, because really it is about us being uplifted and inspired by the works of others. Because sometimes if you're not sure where your brilliance lies yet, hearing it from other people can help ignite it in you. So that's what's really exciting for me, was the opportunity to do that. And then, of course, a proud mom moment, y'all, because my son's football team won their playoff game. So they are off to the championship. Kudos to you, Johnny Dickerson. We saw you out there. They call him Big John on the field. He was doing his thing on defense, y'all. Was a proud mom. And I can tell you that, you know, over the last few years, my son's been playing football. I'm becoming more and more of a football mom. I had my gloves on. I had my hat on. I had my scarf, y'all. I was ready for the weather, although my toes weren't because they froze over. So now I'm like, okay, I got my heated socks for the next game. I'm telling you, I'm becoming more and more ready for that crisp weather that we have is setting in this fall. It is real. we did remind y'all to make sure that you do take care of your neighbor. So I'm checking in with you and I'm reminding you, even though the sun is out, even though that happens, it's still important that we check on our neighbors when we hit these crisp, cold weather chills, y'all, because we want to make sure folks have what they need. And I'm grateful that y'all are actually listening and maybe utilizing some of this knowledge to be one of the folks who's caring for your neighbors out there. Well, after this short break, y'all, up next, Miss Kweli Vuur is in the building. I am excited because I get to not only talk to her about this singles event, but she has a little surprise for us later on in the show. Y'all don't want to miss it. Stay tuned, y'all. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Kick off the holidays with Irving Berlin's White Christmas at the Fifth Avenue Theater. Music, dancing, and a real snowfall at every performance. Buy tickets now for the whole family. White Christmas at fifthavenue.org.
She can't be real.
You looking to make some money tonight?
Daughter, come help me with dinner.
Yes, Mommy.
So I told her. Hey, hey.
You are not the first or the only. There is a lineage you're inheriting. We are the blessed ones. The blessing.
Listen.
All right.
Oh my
God, it smells so good.
I'm ready, because you know I made it.
Auntie, you made the green.
Any longer on me?
No. Like, here we are. Welcome.
Hello, it's Marcus Trufant here, and for the month of October, Burger Master and the Trufant Family Foundation are coming together. The Trufant Jalapeno Burger is great. It's going down, and a portion of each burger sold is going right back to the community. Go Hawks! Let's make it happen.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Day with Trae. I'm loving the little music in these videos. It's a little bit catchy over there, but welcome back. I'm excited because Kweli Vuur is joining me. What's up, Kweli?
Hey, Trae. Nice to be here. How are you?
I'm great. Good to have you back.
Yes, I'm glad to be back. This has been a journey.
Well, I want to ask you all about this because, okay, the first time you came on, we talked about the need for men to be engaged because I've seen a lot of these kind of singles events flop because the women are the ones that book up the tickets. You look up and it's like, oh man, we can't have speed dating if it's, they don't have a counterpart. If a woman's looking for a woman, sure,
Right.
they're there. But if you're looking for a man, men have to be involved. I want to hear some of the ways that it kind of shaped up last time, and then tell us about some of the things you're looking to change this time around.
And actually, when you actually said that, when I took this undertaking, I had no idea that was the deal, right? So it happened exactly how you had heard about it. We had all women, no men registered. And so, but when we dive into it, we actually find that there actually are men who are leading, podcasts, trying to promote Black love and relationships. And so it's quite interesting. And when you get down to it, it is the concern of men as well. Why they are not showing up to certain events. It's like they really want to talk about things that need to change before they make that step to actually put themselves out there, because they have also put themselves out there before and then felt like, kind of like it's no use in this day and age or in this culture.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. There's something about the culture. I love how you put it that way. And we talked about that, I think, before. For those of you who don't know, I mean, this is something that is not only plaguing Black community, but probably a lot of other communities. But we experience it's like in the trenches in Black community where there is a need for good people to find other good people. And online dating doesn't work for everyone. And then people are like, but even when I go out, like guys aren't approaching, or, hey, I try to approach a girl and she's this or that. So there's a lot of nuances to this that do need to be addressed. How are y'all taking that insight and utilizing it for the benefit of the event you're planning?
Well, first of all, I'm very happy. I've connected with Barry Crosby. He owns a Black barber shop in Kent. And I've also connected, shout out to Trevor Williams. He has Soul Singles, and Barry has Shop Culture on Facebook. And these men are actually trying to actively change the narrative. And so what we have done, we've taken away like the pressure to connect, because it just, with today's standards of what people think everything needs to look like, you kind of freeze. Like, am I financially ready? Am I physically fit enough? It's like all of these crazy things, and we forget our humanity and just the need. We have a need to, connect with others. So we took away the emphasis on connecting, and it's more about Black folk meeting up, spending time together, talking about the changes they want to see, and spending time loving on each other. And of course, yeah, we do want to meet someone, and there will be people there to meet, but we're first having the conversation. And that's what I've seen from men. They want to first have this conversation. They want to see some new kind of cultural norms, so that everyone feels like it's kind of an equal playing field when you're getting into dating someone.
This is such a great way to approach this, because I think for me, I've been single for some time now, and it's really an interesting facet because I don't dive into dating. So I've been single for almost 5 years or something like that. And my friends try to tell me about, like, online dating or something else, or, these kind of nuances that I've just been focusing on myself and building myself up. And so it's not in my purview necessarily, but there's some ideals out here around, well, a lot of women, this is something that I've heard over and over again. A lot of women have literally lowered their expectations of men. And so then when someone doesn't do that, they're coming up against men who are like, wait a minute, I don't got to do this with other women. Like, why would I do all this with you? I don't, you're making it difficult. I don't got to do all this. So there's a lot of different, I think, ideologies that need to be discussed at the forefront. So it's interesting to me to hear you say that there are a lot of men who want to make sure that there's this established understanding before they even try to think about a connection, which is really, I think, what everyone should be doing, right? Ultimately, you got to make sure that you're in alignment with someone before you can even think about really connecting with them. But, there's been this misnomer in our society, and I think it has something to do with the online dating, just kind of, someone called it Tinder culture. And it was like, look, if I can swipe and just pick what I think looks good, and then I base everything off of the physical nature, and I'm encouraged to then be physical with this person because we're kind of both on here for hookups, then the hookup culture has kind of changed in transition for so many who are like, I'm not about that. I don't even want to dive into that. So I love that y'all are doing that. What are some of those outcomes you're really hoping people will walk away with, Kweli?
Well, one thing is that people who have registered, I think most of them have joined these online groups where we're actually dissecting and having the conversation. We're doing lives with Shop Culture every Tuesday, it's been. And so it's like providing some of that ground for everyone to get into sort of alignment, but then we still have Debrina Jackson Gandy. She will be there bringing a message of wisdom, and she will be talking about a better way, like getting back into courtship and what that might look like, and giving those suggestions to people. I see a lot of people saying it depends on the couple, but we have societal kind of norms and expectations because it informs us of how to sustain ourselves as a people. And so sometimes it's not about just two people getting on this. Sometimes there's also some kind of expectations and some overall rules and guidelines that is fair for everyone, that if we all kind of get in alignment as a people, we can ensure our future. And so I think that's going to be something that she's going to be promoting. And then I'll have my message of healing, and we have a couple of Black married couples who are still loving and enjoying each other after years of being together. And so the outcome, I believe, is just everyone feeling positive again. It's positive people showing up to hear that positive message and to then mingle with people who have had the same messaging.
That's beautiful. And I was reminded earlier this week of the power of your circle of influence, particularly in, those long-term relationships where you're like, okay, I'm in this for the long haul. When you have people around you that, both of you can speak to, whether it is an older married couple, parents of one of the folks in the relationship, that can encourage you in those times where it feels like it's very much at the bottom, where a lot of things are weak in that moment. Having those folks around you that can give that kind of positivity and give you their own personalized experience really helps to submit you to understand, like, yo, we can weather this storm. We just got to both be in it for real. And if we can both, weather this, we can get to the other side. But a lot of things stop because the weathering comes in, and that's where it gets tough. So I love that y'all are actually setting the tone and setting the foundation for people to be able to have that connection, and also maybe even build some of those relationships with some of the married couples that'll be there. They'll be able to see and hear from folks who are doing it. So that's a beautiful way to shape this up. Of course, this is happening soon. Tell us about the details. And I don't know if y'all are doing it again, because you have to have pre-registration. So just tell us more about the logistics of all that.
Okay, so I'm proud to say, as opposed to last time, we actually do have 7 men registered. Okay, a couple of more said they're going to be there, but I can only go off of registration. Okay, we have 3 more spots left for men and 1 more spot left for women. We will be at the Hyatt Lake Washington on the 4th, Saturday, from 8 to 9 p.m. I also want to give a shout out to Boom Boona Coffee. The owner has graciously given each man a certificate if he does decide to take a lady out for coffee or a drink of wine. So each man will get a certificate. And then the first 20 people to get there, their drinks are covered. We have heavy hors d'oeuvres. Everything is already set up and pre-ordered. We're just going to show up and have a good time.
Oh, you've done some great work with this, Kweli. I see the round 2, the rebrand coming back in a major way. But also on top of you creating this event and working with others to make this happen, you got some special gift you want to drop on us. And I know it's going to be something that they're going to experience at the event too. I'm going to let you take it right away. Look right there. Give them all the deets right now, Kweli. Let's hear you spit.
This is a message of healing. I hope it inspires someone out there. So it begins, no, it continues. Moonlight lovers hooking up without a clue. Feeling estranged when we know it's inherent. Our love is deranged and comes with apparent lack of empathy. Staying on the surface is perfect, or should I say a cop-out? Then we want to blame it on the devil. No, it's energy. You got what you gave. It was done in perfect synergy. Moving off impulses based in your chemistry. Root of the psyche. Oh, yeah, now we cycle. Passively healing is simply passing down the cycle. And we know how we can go in circles. Got us wrapped up and chained, unable to engage within the proper exchange. What does love look like if it's passive? Do we heal this curse or do we live it everlasting? Stankin', hidden scandals and all. Premeditated blocks and plots to drop the ball, and now what? I guess the future children take the fall. If I could read your mind, tell me what's on your mind. Tell me the lie you hide. Thank you.
Ooh, Kweli, spitting that hot fire. Kweli, thank you so much for being with me today. And thank you for putting the work in to bring this event back. Because I know there's some women out there who were like, no, bring it back. And I'm so grateful that you've partnered with Barry, who will be on with me later this week. I'm glad you partnered with him to make sure the men are in the building. Kweli, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Y'all, I'm telling you, there's one way that you can figure out, how to make sure that you get your registration in. Kweli, before I let you go, just tell them, because there's 1 or spots, 3 for men. Where do they go?
Looks like it's going to sell out this time, okay? So you can go to my page on Instagram. It's Kweli Vuur or you can go on my Facebook page as well. It's being posted all over the place.
Okay, there we go. Look for Kweli Vuur. Thank you again. And I'm telling y'all, get out there. If you are one of those folks that's been like, man, it's impossible, this might be the way to do it, because this is more intentional and brings the right people to the right space. I'm going to wrap it all up right after this short break. Stay tuned. You're watching The Day with Trae, y'all.
The new COVID-19 updated booster provides the best protection available right now. So don't wait. Stay safe this summer and get your updated booster today. To find a free vaccine provider near you, go to kingcounty.gov/vaccine.
Get ready for a night of solid gold with the Temptations and the Four Tops. Same night, same stage. The Temptations and the Four Tops together live.
Big Tobacco thinks they know everything. They think they know you, your community, the places you go, the way that you spend your time. They think they got you all figured out, down to a formula, a calculation based off of numbers of what they think they know. Show them they're wrong. Learn more at theythinktheyknowyou.org.
Welcome back, everyone, to The Day with Trae. I'm your host, Trae Holiday. Want to give a huge shout out to my guest, Kweli Vuur. Make sure you go follow her Instagram, social medias, all the Facebooks, all the places, so you can get some of those last remaining spots, y'all, for this singles mixer coming up on November 4th, right there at the Hyatt Regency in Renton. Now, this is really exciting for me because we talk a lot about, oh man, this and that ain't there. It don't exist. It don't exist. Kweli was like, nah, I'm going to step into the void. I'm going to make something happen. And it was a great story there because no matter what, the resilience was key to this, to bringing it back and getting the right partners engaged so that single men could know about this opportunity and show up this time around. So kudos to Kweli, and I want to thank her for the inspiration of continuing something, even when it may not turn out the way you want to in the first time. Then you like, I'm bringing it back. I know what to do now, instead of just being like, see, it can't work. And I also think too that this is one of those ways that we can start doing more and more of these kinds of intentional connections and bringing folks together so that people can actually meet one another. I'm saying this all the time to my friends, like, yeah, I mean, if you don't get out there, how will somebody know you exist? So this is a great way to go ahead and get out there and get connected. But I just thank y'all so much for starting the week off with me this week. Y'all know I'm going to be back in the building tomorrow at 11 a.m. And until then, y'all, peace. Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.